Yeah. Only 23 are present. Okay, now who is left? Okay, now anyhow let me continue next chapter. So almost ray optics completed. Okay. So see the next one, write down the next chapter name, wave optics. Write down. Wave optics. Yeah, is everyone is ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now listen. See, I told you already in optics there are two branches. Okay, now let us complete some introduction today. So optics classified into two branches. One is geometrical optics and other one is wave nature of optics. See, in a previous optics, in a geometrical optics, of course we can call it as a ray optics. In previous chapter in geometrical optics we studied rectilinear propagation of light. We studied rectilinear propagation of light. Just you observe it, whatever may be the ray, if I drawn, that I drawn as a straight line. No ray is bending, no ray is travelled in the form of a wave. Okay. And here in this wave optics chapter we are going to study the wave nature of light. Okay. So actually there are two conditions. The condition for geometrical optics is, okay, so maintain a point, the condition for geometrical optics is b square greater than L lambda. The condition for the previous chapter that what we studied is b square greater than L lambda, where this b is the size of object. B is the size of object. Of course, I started the lesson with the size of object only, previous chapter. Okay, and L is the distance between object and screen, source, object nothing but a source and screen. Okay, and lambda is the wavelength of the light used. So in a previous chapter the size of the object almost considered as a very huge. Size of object is greater than L lambda. So this is the condition for geometrical optics, otherwise ray optics. So geometrical optics, otherwise ray optics. Okay, and the condition for present chapter, the condition for wave optics. So the condition for wave optics is, for wave optics b square is less than L lambda, otherwise b square by L lambda less than 1. So this is the condition for wave optics. Okay, so here in this chapter the size of the object is very small or very big?
Small.
Yeah, the size of the object becomes very small. Okay, now we are going to take some pinpoint objects, very small pinhole objects, very narrow hole we are going to take. So the condition for wave optics is b square less than L lambda. Okay, so these are the main difference between previous chapter and present chapter. So in a ray optics the size of the object is greater than distance between object and screen and wavelength of light. Okay, here size of the object is small. Don't worry, I will continue everything. So write down first these two conditions. condition for geometrical optics, condition for wave optics. Okay, so write down these two conditions first. Okay, anyhow we require the medium. Of course we used homogeneous medium. Remember anyone homogeneous medium, heterogeneous medium? I started the previous chapter with homogeneous medium, optical medium, homogeneous medium, heterogeneous medium. Yeah, now listen, here if the size of the object is very very small, then we are going to see the wave nature of light. For suppose in general I am talking now, if a water is flowing in a canal, okay, a huge canal, if water is flowing in a canal, then the flow of water looks like a straight line or a wave nature.
Wave, sir.
No, I am telling a huge canal. If the water is flowing with some constant speed in a huge size canal, then the flow of water looks like a straight line. Okay, that canal nothing but a size of the object you feel. For suppose just water is flowing in the canal with a straight line like a previous chapter. If I used any small hole in the path of water, okay, if I used a something a pad with a small hole, so water is flowing like this. If I use any pad with a narrow hole, narrow hole nothing but a size of object, then as the water enters into the hole, then you are going to see some curling effect here.
Yes, sir.
That means this wave optics will start here. See, if the size of the object is more, that is condition for geometrical optics. Here wave nature will starts. Okay, in a wave optics the size of the object is considered as very very small comparing to the wavelength of the light. Okay, so I will continue some other also. See, here size of object is very very small. Okay, and see, for suppose they used a point source. Okay, let us suppose here I am taking a point source. See, this is the light source or point source. It will emit lights in all directions. Okay, all directions. Okay, just I am using a pinhole arrangement, pinhole point source. Here it will emit light rays in all directions like this. Okay, here of course it will emit particles in all directions. Actually these particles generally we can call it as, you know these particles name?
Corpuscles.
Yeah, corpuscles. Okay, so to understand the wave nature of light, Huygens introduced the concept of wave nature. Okay, Huygens, we are going to use some Huygens principle also. Here it will emit some corpuscles according to some Newton's theory, but here I am not teaching Newton's theory. Here if I join all the corpuscles in the same phase, you will get a one wave. See, this particle, the particles are vibrated. Okay, the particles are vibrated. Here the locus of all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration. See, the locus of all the particles. Okay, there are particles. Light source emit particles in all directions. The locus of all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration, we can call it as wave front. So what is the wave front? The locus, if I use a point source, that source will emit light rays in, the source emit light rays in all directions. If I join all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration. Okay, of course you can draw left side also. Okay, so if I join all the particles, which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration, then that locus of all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration called as wave front. See, this is the wave front. No doubt this is called as a spherical wave front. Of course we can draw left side also. Why? Because the source will emit light rays in all directions or not? All directions. Okay, so but Huygens explain only the forward direction. Okay, he is unable to explain the back side of the wave. So all the particles will move with a speed of light in forward direction. Okay, opposite also we can take, but he studied only the forward direction. So here, what is this wave front now? Tell me how to define the wave front. Wave front we can define as, what is the wave front? The locus of all the particles, which are vibrating in the same phase of oscillations or vibrations called as wave front. Okay, this is the wave front. And what is this one? This is called as spherical. If I use a point source, then I am going to get a, see, these are spherical wave fronts. If I use a point source, then point source emits what type of wave fronts? If I use a point source emits spherical wave front. If I use a linear source, if I use a linear source, see, yeah, this is the linear source. Okay, this is the source. It will emit particles in all direction. If I join all the particles which are in the same phase of vibration, then we will get a cylindrical wave front. Okay, see, this is the cylindrical wave front. This is the spherical wave front and this one is cylindrical wave front. Okay, so wave fronts generally classified into spherical wave fronts and cylindrical wave fronts. One more also there, plane wave front. Generally sun is a point source which will emit light rays in all directions. Okay, so if the sun emit light rays in all directions, sun emit spherical waves. If this is the sun which will emit spherical waves, the small part of a spherical wave front treated as a, the small part, if you take a small part, the small part of a spherical wave front can be treated as a plane wave front. Okay, so generally the plane wave front we can represent like this. See, this is the wave front. Okay, so wave front nothing but the locus of all the particles, which are vibrating, in the locus of all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration. Okay, see, this is the point source. These are the particles which are vibrating in same phase. So if I join all these, this becomes a, if I join all these particles, then this becomes a, what type of wave front is this one? Spherical wave front. Here if I use a line source, we will get a cylindrical wave fronts, and the small portion of a spherical wave front, treated as a, considered as a plane wave front. See, this is the plane wave front. Okay, small part is looks like a straight. If I take a small part, that small part is looks like a straight. So that wave front is called as a plane wavefront. Now listen, see, just we entered into the wave optics and I made the conditions very clear. The conditions for geometrical optics is size of the object is, okay, let me recall, listen once again, let me recall. The condition for geometrical optics is size of object is greater than wavelength of the light used. Here, to study the wave nature of light, the size of object becomes very small compared to the wavelength of light. Okay, and here if I use a point source emits all the particles in all directions. If I use a point source emits all the particles, corpuscles, okay, all the particles in all directions. If you join all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase, then the locus of joining of all the particles, which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration called as a wavefront. Now the classification of wavefronts are spherical wavefront, cylindrical wavefronts, plane wavefront. Okay, so these are some basics. Okay, and listen, according to Huygens principle, okay, see, this is one wavefront.
Yes, sir.
This is one more wavefront. This is one more. Okay, let me draw one more diagram. Let me draw one more clear diagram. Listen, write down heading everyone. Huygens principle. Yeah, listen carefully. So up to now we know the meaning of wavefront and different types of wavefronts is clear. Huygens principle. So if I use a point source, see, this is the point source. If I draw all the particles which are in the same phase of vibration, then this is called as what? This is one wavefront. This is one wavefront. Listen carefully, just I drawn one wavefront. You can draw left side also. Okay, on each and every wavefront, according to Huygens principle, okay, each wavefront, okay, on each and every wavefront there is a secondary source of disturbance. See, in this wavefront some particles are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully. Okay, see, this is one wavefront. Okay, so on each and every wavefront, each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance. According to Huygens principle, each particle on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance and it will emit wavefronts in forward directions. Backward also possible, but he studied only forward directions. So this particle also behaves like a secondary source of disturbance, S1. Now it will emit one more wavefront like this, and this is also behaves like a secondary source of disturbance. It will emit one more wavefront. So it will emit one more wavefront. Okay, so each particle on a wavefront behaves like what? Each particle on a wavefront behaves like a, it is behaves like a secondary source of disturbance and emits wavefronts in the forward directions. See, this is one wavefront. Generally we can call it as a wavelet. This is called as wavelet. if you draw a tangent on the wavelets, if I draw a tangent on the wavelets, okay, let me draw very less wavefronts to make it clear diagram. See, this is one wavefront. Let me take only very few for understanding point of view. See, this is one wavefront, secondary wavefronts. If I draw the tangent, now the direction of the tangent is like this. If you join all the tangents, then you will get one more wavefront. This is called as a secondary. What is this? Secondary wavefront. What is this?
Primary.
This is primary wavefront and secondary wavefront, and these are the wavelets. These are the wavelets. So keep the Huygens principle in mind. According to Huygens principle, maintain a point. According to Huygens principle, each point on a wavefront, according to Huygens principle, each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance, and produces wavefronts in forward direction. See, this is the Huygens principle.
So produces
Produces wavefronts in forward direction. Clear? Forward direction. Okay. And one more point of Huygens principle. If you draw the tangent on each wavefront, the tangent, okay, the locus of all the tangents will give what? Is it will give primary wavefront or secondary wavefront?
secondary wavefront.
Yeah, add one more point. The tangent drawn on each and every wavefront, the tangent drawn on each and every wavefront or wavelet, the tangent drawn on each and every wavefront produces what? Produces secondary wavefront in the forward direction. Okay, in the forward direction. And maintain one more point. Each wavefronts, tell me how it will move. Will it move along the tangent or perpendicular to the tangent?
Perpendicular to the tangent.
Write down. Each wavefront will move perpendicular to the tangent drawn with a speed of light. Each wavefront move with a speed of light perpendicular to the tangent. Each wavefront moves with a speed of light perpendicular to the tangent drawn. Okay, so this is Huygens principle. See the important thing up to now, the meaning of wavefront. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Wavefront and one more Huygens principle. Okay, how we are getting the wavefront? Wavefront is possible if you join all the particles which are vibrating in the same phase of vibration. Okay, and what is Huygens principle? According to Huygens principle, each point on a wavefront behaves like a, according to Huygens, yeah, that's it. Each point on wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance and produces wavefronts in the forward direction. backward also possible, but we are not going to study the backward direction. Okay, now write down the important heading for subjective point of view. Yeah,
Sir, each wave front moves with the speed of light perpendicular to the wall. Sir.
tangent, because I drawn tangent like this, no? Tangent,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
tangent, clear? Write down next one. Reflection of plane wave front, subjective point of view, important. Reflection of plane wave front. Write down heading, reflection of plane wave front. Reflection of plane wave front by using Huygens principle. Reflection of plane wave front by using Huygens principle. Listen carefully, only diagram. Reflection of plane wave front by using Huygens principle. Written the heading?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen carefully. See, by using Huygens principle, okay, by using Huygens principle, we can verify the law of reflection and law of refraction. Okay, let us see. What is law of reflection? Angle of incidence is equal to
Angle of reflection.
angle of reflection. Now let us verify the law of reflection by using Huygens plane wavefront principle. Let us consider a plane wavefront coming from infinity. Listen carefully. A plane wavefront coming from infinity. Actually, what is the plane wavefront? A small portion of a spherical wavefront can be considered as a plane wavefront. Okay, let us suppose sun emits the light in the form of, so far we know parallel beam of light is coming from sun. Now I changed the word. Sun emits the light in the form of wavefronts. What type of wavefronts? Spherical wavefronts. If I take the small portion of a spherical wavefront, that small portion can be treated as a plane wavefront. Let us suppose a plane wavefront coming from somewhere which is incident on the reflecting surface. Okay, this is the plane wavefront which is strikes the some surface, reflecting surface, then undergo reflection. Plane wavefront is coming in this direction, strikes the surface, undergo reflection. If it undergo reflection, let us see angle of incidence which is equivalent to angle of reflection or not. So that is our target. Listen carefully and observe the diagram. See, this is the reflecting surface. Okay, this is reflecting surface. Something I called as x, y. Draw the reflecting surface, everyone. Consider a reflecting surface x, y. Yes, okay. And a plane wavefront coming from infinity strikes the reflecting surface. Plane wavefront coming from infinity like this. Okay, see, this is the, what is this? The small portion, plane wavefront. Okay, now plane wavefront coming from infinity strikes the reflecting surface. So let me draw directly like this. Listen carefully. Now this is the plane wavefront which is coming in this direction. Yeah. See, this is the plane wavefront. Let me give name A, B. So this is plane wavefront. Are you following? This is coming from infinity. Plane wavefront. Drawn? Just for understanding point of view. Okay. So the direction of the plane wavefront is like this. These are the direction of the plane wavefront. Directions. Arrow marks are there, no? Directions of the plane wavefront. Plane wavefront is coming like this. with something angle. Okay. If I draw the normal, what is this? This is the normal I drawn. Angle of incidence. This is I. No doubt this is 90 minus I.
Yes, sir.
This is 90 minus I. What is this?
I.
Confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen. But according to Huygens principle, each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of
Disturbance.
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 Is my voice is clear? Is my voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that clear, sir?
Okay. Now, see, it consists of number of particles. Okay. Each particle, each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance. Now, already this particle strikes at A. Then this particle undergo. See, there are number of particles on this wavefront. This is the plane wavefront. Now, which particle is going to strikes the surface? Is the particle at A strikes or the particle at B? First, which particle? Particle at A will strikes. Then particle at A will strikes means A undergo
Reflection.
confirm reflection. By that time, where is the particle at B? Whenever the particle at A undergo reflection, then where is the particle at B? Still in air.
Yes, sir. Here.
Still in rarer medium only now. Now listen carefully. This particle undergo reflection. Yeah, let me draw. Okay. Reflection. What is this? Reflection of the particle at A na B na? A. By that time, where is the particle in B? It is still in air, in rarer medium. Now, after some time t, this particle strikes at this point. If I draw the normal, okay, this is also angle of incidence.
Incidence.
Okay, this is also angle of incidence. This is the first reflected ray, no? Yeah, angle of incidence. And it will take some time to reach at this point. A, B, let me give something C. Okay, B, C. And this light ray, this plane wavefront have speed V. And BC is the distance. Shall I write that BC distance as a VT? B to C distance. Distance is equals to velocity into?
Time.
Distance is equals to velocity into time. In a time t, this particle after a time t, particle at B strikes C. Again undergo. This particle undergo.
Reflection.
Yeah,
Undergoes reflection.
undergoes reflection. Clear? Are you following? Reflection. Okay. This is angle of incidence. No doubt this is angle of reflection. Take this Vt as a radius. Listen my words carefully. Take that Vt, BC distance. Take that Vt as a radius. And with A as a center, draw arc around A. Let me repeat again. Take this Vt as a radius. Take this Vt as a radius with A as a center, draw an arc with A as a center. Let me repeat again. Take this Vt as a radius. Okay. Now let me draw arc with this distance. If this is something 1 meter, now you draw arc about 1 meter. If this is equivalent to 1 meter, take A as a center, draw an arc. Let me draw an arc like this. This is the arc. So what is this distance? Vt. Now this is the arc. This is the arc. If B to C is VT, A to, if I take D, A to D also how much? VT.
VT, same distance.
Yeah. Now if I draw the tangent from C to D, the tangent from C to D, then this tangent is what? That tangent is,
Disturbance.
see, this is,
Disturbance.
no, see, listen, AB is the incident wavefront, AB is the incident wavefront, CD is a reflected wavefront, AB is incident wavefront, CD is reflected wavefront, incident, reflected. It's not an easy, complete geometry. What is AB? Incident plane wavefront. It will be reflected as a, it will be reflected as a
CD.
CD. Okay, CD. Don't worry, I will repeat again. Okay, and see here, no doubt angle is 90 because I drawn tangent. This is 90 and this is also 90. Observe the two triangles. One is angle BAC, BAC angle is how much?
90 degree.
BAC angle of incidence is Aya?
I, sir,
BAC, how much angle? I. Coming to this, DCA, this is R, listen, this is R, okay, this is 90 minus R, these two are perpendicular. This is R, this is 90 minus R, this is also R. Use geometry correctly now. R 90 minus R, R. So what is angle DCA?
CA is equal to R.
These two triangles are congruent, similar triangles. BAC, DCA are congruent. Okay, they are congruent. So that angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflections. See, this is the law of reflection. Is the diagram is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me repeat once again. Let me repeat. Listen once again. Everyone, be alert. Just the target is, we are verifying law of reflection. Listen the target. We are verifying law of reflection by using Huygens principle. Okay, by wavefront concept. So consider a reflecting surface xy. Okay, and a plane wavefront coming from infinity strikes the reflecting surface at A. A plane wavefront coming from infinity strikes the reflecting surface at A with angle of incidence I. Okay, and each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance according to Huygens principle. So this particle undergo, which particle will undergo reflection first? Particle at A or particle at B?
Particle at A.
Particle at A undergo reflections. Just it undergo reflection and just I represented with ray symbol. Okay. Next, by that time particle at B is still in air. After some time t, after a time t, the particle at B reaches the C. After a time t, the particle at B reaches the C. Okay, again undergo reflection. And the distance travelled by the particle from B to C is equivalent to Vt. Distance is equals to speed into time, v into t. Now I taken this vt as a radius, I taken this vt as a radius with a as a center, then I drawn an arc around a. Actually I have to draw arc around complete a. Okay, so I drawn an arc with a as a center, vt as a radius. Then the tangent drawn from C to D gives the reflected plane wavefront. So incident wavefront will be reflected like this. Incident wavefront reflected in this direction. If I use the geometry, angle BAC is equivalent to I, DCA equivalent to R. These two triangles are similar. These two triangles are similar, so angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. You want to write some words?
Yes, sir.
Shall I dictate some words for this one especially? Shall I draw diagram once again?
Sir, you dictate words.
No, if anyone is interested, let me draw once again, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Shall I draw diagram once again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me draw once again, no problem. That's why I told you, when I start the ray, you also start along with me. Yeah, once again. First you draw the reflecting surface, everyone. Speed up. Drawn. Yeah, completed. Respond anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, plane wavefront, it is coming like this. What is this? Direction of plane wavefront. Clear? Drawn the wavefront, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right, draw the normal for at A. Speed up. Draw the normal at A. What is this? Angle of, drawing everyone clearly. Angle of incidence. This is I, this is 90 minus I, this is also I. Clear? Next, you extend this light ray forward direction. Of course, each particle behaves like a secondary source of disturbance. Now, draw a normal at C. This is also angle of incidence only. This is Vt. It undergo reflection. Clear? Now this particle I have to draw reflected light ray. Drawn up to here, just I draw the secondary particle at B reflected. But what you have to draw next time? Particle at A. Particle at A is reflected right now. No, I have to draw now. Correct? Clear? Next, take this Vt as a radius with A as a center. Take Vt as a radius with A as a center. Draw the arc. Draw the arc. This is at D. Next, draw the tangent from C to D. Tangent from C to D. Yeah. This is R. This is also R. Clear?
Yes, sir.
It's not easy, practice number of times. For subjective point of view, they will ask for 3 marks. So how they will ask is, draw reflection of a plane wavefront by using Huygens principle. Diagram 2 marks and this one 1 marks. Okay. Now what is the main concept means, each particle on a wavefront, each point on a wavefront, each and every point on a wavefront behaves like what? Each point on a wavefront behaves like a secondary source of
Disturbance.
disturbance.